time now for sports news, and we have Iyomon Akerijala here with us. Welcome, Iyomon.
Yeah, thank you very much to you, Tim Jokwe. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good
now,
to see you, Aaron.
let's actually preview the game that will be going down later on today. And the Super Falcons will today at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja face Ethiopia in the second leg of the second round of the 2024 Paralympic Qualifier. The Super Falcons played a 1-1 draw with the Lucies as the Ethiopian women's national team are known in the first leg of the doubleheader at the Abebe Bikala Stadium in Addis Ababa last Wednesday, and we'll hope to gain a win today in Abuja with an eye on the winners of the other games between Cameroon and Uganda as they head for the final round of qualification series. Now, the Falcons failed to qualify for the 2012, 2016, and 2020 editions of the Olympic in London, Rio de Janeiro, and Tokyo, respectively, but are desperate to book a place at next year's event in Paris. However, standing in their way to the final round of qualifier is Ethiopia, who defeated Chad 10-0 on aggregate in the first round to book a date with the Falcons. All right, before we cross over to Abuja for a chat, let me just establish this, that the Super Falcons, off the back of a fantastic World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, will be feeling wind in the sails, and they'll be hoping that they can actually rise to the occasion and qualify for the very first time in a long time. It's been years, and as a matter of fact, touching on decades since the Super Falcons last qualified for the Olympics, because they did attend the London Olympics in 2012, they did attend the Rio Olympics in 2016, and also in 2020, which was played in 2021, and they did attend the Tokyo Olympics. So the Super Falcons will be hoping to do well, because it's it's rather anticlimax, if you put it that way, because the Super Falcons are so dominant when it comes to African football, but when it comes to continental and when it comes to global football, they do not just measure up. Rather, that's the reverse with the Super Eagles. The Super Eagles are not as dominant as they should, but with the national team, or what the dream team, like the male team are actually called, they've been able to raise the stakes, and they've been able to win gold medals, they've won silver medals, they've won bronze medals at the Olympics. They're the very first African team to actually do that. So we're hoping that the Super Falcons will be able to do that and go on to show that they can. But
how bright are the Super Falcons' chances?
No, but it's quite bright. The beautiful thing is they're coming into this game on the back of a draw, knowing that certainly a win here, a narrow win, 1-0 win, a 2-1 win is enough to actually take them away. So because they played 1-1 in Addis Ababa, so that put them at a very good stead.
But when it comes to the technicality of it, the training, the motivation, you've spoken about how they missed out on the Olympics race to London in 2012, in 2016, and in 2020. Now, this being the fourth time, is there anything different, about their training, the technical aspect of, the back end, so as it were?
So Randy Waldrum has actually brought in, let's put it this way, some American flair into the team. Okay. And that has actually helped them. And it was very evident with the likes of Alozie that actually shot like Emilio Styles at the World Cup. So that is bringing a sort of, or a level of finesse to the team. And we're happy they're actually doing that, because the level of exposure for the girls before this time around was a big problem, because most of them played at home and not too many girls actually played abroad. But we are having more players ply their trades in the diaspora, which is actually good news. And we are hoping that they can actually learn from playing with some of the best players, because Aziza Doshola, she plays for one of the best teams in the world, Barcelona Feminic. So she has the opportunity to train with some of the best, play with some of the best. As a matter of fact, one of our teammates actually won the Ballon d'Or yesterday. So that's how high she's actually being rated as she plays for her team. She scores goals for her team. So bringing that kind of experience home has actually helped the Super Falcons raise their game a little bit. But it's not just about raising their game. It's about showing that they can actually do it. Because the male team have been able to conquer the world in the Olympics. We're hoping that the female would at least get a chance to put their pride at stake and actually defend their pride.
So how formidable a team is Ethiopia that they'll be facing?
Ethiopia, there are a lot of rising stars, or there are a lot of rising teams in African football, especially for the females. And because we're seeing Morocco on the rise, teams like South Africa have been able to level up for a bit. So, but we are happy that we are seeing the level of competition rise. Ethiopia are also one of those teams that are actually on the rise. As a matter of fact, one thing that the national team of Nigeria has actually done, because the spaces are few and far between, we've seen several ladies actually leave Nigeria, and naturalize to other countries, and they've been able to help strengthen those teams and also strengthen the national team's rankings in Africa.
I mean, it does say that the winner today will take on the winner of the Cameroon-Uganda fixture in the third round of the series. And Uganda defeated the Indomitable Lionesses 2-0 in Kampala last Thursday. I'm curious to know, who do you think will be coming out of that Cameroon-Uganda fixture? Who do you think will be?
Very likely.
I already believe Nigeria has won.
Very, very likely. I'll be tipping Cameroon because they have a stronger female national team than the Ugandans. And I think I would want Uganda because that would mean that it would be easier for the Super Falcons to actually scale through. But, yeah.
All right.
Okay, let's actually cross over to Abuja, where we have Iyomon, Rise sports correspondent, to actually just give us a preview as we get closer to the kickoff, which is 4 p.m. Abi, how are you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm so fine, Aaron. Thank you so much.
All right, so talk to us.
Aaron, as you can see the atmosphere, first of all. Okay.
Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, the atmosphere is something unexpected because considering the fact that the Super Falcons have really not been scoring as much as Nigerians would expect, there's a massive turn-up, as you can hear. There's a lot of people already here, and this is a do-or-die affair for the Super Falcons of Nigeria as they hope to ensure that they progress or take a step closer to the Olympic tournament. They've not made that since 2008, and if they do not do that, it will be bad because the men did not qualify for the Olympic tournament.
All right, certainly, should we be expecting any surprises today, or do you think it will be smooth sailing for the Super Falcons?
Aaron, on paper, the Super Falcons ought to be the better side. They have a player who finished 20th on the Ballon d'Or list. That's Satoshola. But there's Rashida Ajibade, there's Tony Payne, there's Michel Alozie. They ought to be able to get a victory. They are home. They have the home fan support. Except they do not get their act together. They ought to qualify against Ethiopia. If they could score in Addis Ababa, they need to get 2-3 goals past the Lucies of Saudi Arabia, of Addis Ababa, rather.
All right, thank you very much, Abi. We'll be keeping our fingers crossed and hoping that the Lucies actually rise to the occasion. I mean, rather, the Lucies fall to the Super Falcons later on today. The game is about to start. Because they shoot so. At the moment, they are the most impressive team from Africa.
All right, then, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on Newsday.